Welcome to this in-depth guide on how to approach and master the theory of knowledge exhibition, which is a central component of your TOK course and a critical internal assessment worth about 1/3 of your final grade. In this guide, we'll break down every requirement, expectation, and strategic approach you'll need to produce an exhibition that really demonstrates genuine insight into the theory and practice of knowledge. Part 1. Understanding the purpose of the TOK exhibition. The TOK exhibition serves as a bridge between abstract epistemological ideas and concrete real-world examples. Unlike traditional essays or exams that mostly prioritize argumentation and writing alone, the exhibition actually invites you to curate a set of 3 real or digital objects that reflect key questions about knowledge. Each object is analyzed in relation to one of 35 prescribed prompts provided by the IB. The aim is not simply to describe the objects but instead to use them as vehicles for philosophical reflection. Your analysis should probe how these items illustrate TOK themes, such as the construction, communication, and contextual nature of knowledge. This task enables you to explore the interaction between knowledge and real-life experiences, the application of TOK concepts across diverse domains, the personal and ethical dimensions of knowing, and the limitations of certainty and the influence of perspective. By the end of your exhibition, you should be able to answer not just what we know, but how we know, why we know, and what the consequences of that knowledge might be. Part 2. Core concepts to demonstrate in your exhibition. To achieve a high mark, your commentary must demonstrate an advanced understanding of key TOK concepts. These ideas shouldn't just appear as terminology, but really should be integrated into your analytical reasoning. The following concepts form the intellectual foundation of the TOK course and honestly, must be evident throughout your work. Alright, let's talk about the technical submission requirements for your TOK exhibition. So, your exhibition absolutely needs to include a few key components. First, you have to select one of the 35 prescribed TOK prompts and clearly identify it as your title. Make sure this prompt is really easy to spot. Next, you need to choose 3 real-world objects. These can be physical artifacts or digital items like a newspaper article, a social media post, or maybe a scientific diagram. The important thing is that these objects must exist independently of your exhibition. Generally, you can't create new objects just for this task, unless they were made before you started working on your exhibition. Now about your commentary, your typed commentary should be no more than 950 words. It has to include a clear justification for why you picked each object, and an explanation of how each object connects to your chosen IA prompt. You'll also need to show some analytical engagement with relevant TOK concepts, themes, and vocabulary. Don't forget, a bibliography must go along with your commentary, especially if you're referencing sources or publicly available objects. Oh, and by the way, you can't collaborate with others on this task. Every student's objects and commentary must be original and unique. Moving on to assessment, your TOK exhibition is marked internally using a 10-point rubric, and then it's externally moderated by the IB. Here's how the score bands break down. If you score 9 or 10, that means your work demonstrates sophisticated, coherent, and insightful engagement with TOK ideas. Your commentary is conceptually rich and well-structured. A score of 7 or 8 shows solid understanding, appropriate conceptual engagement, and logical structuring, though maybe some insights aren't fully refined. 5 or 6 is considered satisfactory. There's adequate demonstration of TOK concepts, but the analysis might be a bit general or lacking depth. If you land in the 3 to 4 range, your commentary is mostly descriptive and doesn't engage much with TOK concepts, and the connection to the prompt could be weak or vague. Scores of 1 or 2 mean there's minimal understanding and the commentary lacks structure or relevance, and, well, a 0 means nothing was submitted, or it was completely off task. So, to really maximize your score, you need to make sure your commentary is cohesive, focused on the prompt, and rich in conceptual analysis. It should definitely go beyond just describing things. Let us now turn to 9 essential strategies for crafting an exceptional theory of knowledge exhibition. First, choose objects that invite philosophical reflection. Select objects that are not merely interesting but intellectually provocative. For instance, a peer-reviewed scientific paper may raise questions about epistemic authority, whereas a viral meme might prompt exploration of knowledge dissemination and distortion in digital cultures. Aim for diversity in form, context, and knowledge type. Second, link each object explicitly to the prompt. Do not treat the objects as standalone items. Each one must be analyzed through the lens of your selected prompt. For example, for the prompt, how can we judge when evidence is adequate? You might use a peer-reviewed academic article to explore standards of empirical evidence, a tweet to examine the credibility of informal or anecdotal claims, and a political speech to interrogate the use of persuasive language in lieu of evidence. Each object should offer a unique argumentative contribution to your overall response to the prompt. Third, incorporate TOK terminology thoughtfully. Your use of TOK vocabulary must be accurate, purposeful, and embedded within a coherent argument. Do not rely on jargon for its own sake. Instead, use terms such as ways of knowing, reason, emotion, sense perception. Consider types of knowledge like shared versus personal knowledge. Think about justification, evidence, authority, reliability, coherence. Reflect on truth concepts such as correspondence, coherence, and pragmatism. And don't forget epistemological tools like deductive reasoning, falsifiability, and paradigm shifts. This demonstrates intellectual fluency and strengthens your analytical depth. Fourth, treat the prompt as a philosophical puzzle. Every internal assessment prompt is an invitation to explore an epistemological dilemma. Rather than providing a straightforward answer, seek to uncover assumptions, implications, and tensions. So let's talk about building a coherent, structured argument. Your commentary should really have an internal logic and a clear progression. A strong structure might include, an introduction that explains the prompt and your rationale for choosing those particular objects. Then, you could have a paragraph for each object, making sure to use clear transitions and link your concepts together. Finally, wrap things up with a conclusion that synthesizes your insights and reinforces your position. And as you move through your analysis, try to deepen your discussion with each object, shifting from individual examination to a broader perspective. So, let's talk about justifying every choice you make. Don't assume that the significance of your objects is obvious to everyone else. Instead, you really need to explain why you selected each object, what theory of knowledge issue it brings to the forefront, and how it actually addresses the IA prompt. It's also important to consider what assumptions or limitations are revealed through your analysis. Try to avoid just giving descriptive summaries. Remember, the object is meant to be the starting point for your analysis, not the end point. And, make sure you keep referring to the IA prompt throughout your commentary. Use it as an anchor. Revisit it explicitly in each paragraph because this shows both focus and relevance. You might want to use phrases like, "This object reveals a limitation in how we determine adequacy of evidence," or, "The prompt's emphasis on ethical boundaries is illustrated by," or maybe, "When viewed through the lens of this question, the object challenges the assumption that." Drawing comparisons for depth isn't mandatory, but it can really help highlight contrasts and illuminate complexity. For example, contrasting a scientific report with a personal diary entry might prompt some reflection on subjectivity, validation, and credibility across different forms of knowledge. Next up, reflect holistically. Your exhibition should work as an integrated philosophical reflection. Make sure that your three objects are thematically or conceptually coherent, and that your commentary is unified in both argument and tone. Your conclusion should bring together your insights into a compelling final position. Think of your exhibition as a compact, illustrated epistemological essay, one that's grounded in real objects but also reaches toward abstract conceptual engagement. And just a bit of advice, always seek guidance from your teacher, especially when you're choosing prompts or refining your ideas. Now, keep in mind that teachers may offer feedback, but they're not allowed to edit or rewrite your commentary. Always use credible resources like the official IB subject guide and reputable online platforms. It's super important to avoid plagiarism. Make sure all your sources, including images, quotations, and paraphrased ideas, are cited accurately. So, in conclusion, the TOK exhibition is more than just a school project. It's a philosophical endeavor that invites you to reflect on the foundations of knowledge and your own role as a knower. By approaching it with intellectual seriousness, structured analysis, and personal engagement, you can create an exhibition that's both academically rigorous and deeply meaningful. Use your objects not just as decorative items, but as gateways into exploring knowledge. Let them provoke questions, spark insight, and challenge assumptions. In doing so, you really fulfill the central aim of TOK to think about thinking, and to do so in ways that are informed, critical, and above all reflective.